Hello everyone, this is Shubham and welcome to your Cypress tutorial. So in this video, what we're going to discuss, we are going to be looking into Cypress Cucumber integration, right? So the framework till now which we had been using was described with block, that means Jasmine and Mocha framework. That can be Jasmine or that can be Mocha. We have not discussed like the main thing which we've been or which is quite important with nowadays, like Cucumber integration with Cypress, Cucumber integration with Selenium Protractor. You must have watched how to integrate it with Cypress. So in this lecture, we're gonna see the installation process. So that I've noted down. If you wanna see like where it has been available, you can go to your Git repository. If you have created an account, and you must have created an account on that, and some Brainy family something is there. There's a repository. You need to go inside the repository, which is called Cucumber Preprocessor, and they have developed it. So I have taken a reference from there, and they have mentioned each and every step over there to how is it supposed to work and what is the installation process and all you need to follow. So that I have noted down for your reference in our notepad file. So this starts from here, and this will go till here. Okay. So the first step is gonna be again the installation process. Then you need to run your node module command, which is gonna be npm installs hyphen save hyphen dev. So this you must have remembered or must be remembered like with when we have installed our Mocha awesome report. The same command we have used, and after that we in adjacent we have written like Mocha awesome report. The similar thing, you're gonna take this, copy this particular stuff, go to your Visual Studio Code terminal, and just paste it over there, and click on enter. Yeah, so it started installing that particular Cypress Cucumber preprocessor dependency, and it's gonna add it into your package.json, right? So that is the place where it's gonna get added to. So let it get completed. Then we're gonna go to our package.json file and we'll start looking into it. Yeah, it's about to get completed now. So till the time it's getting completed, we're gonna look into our next step. Next step is what? Next step is need to your index file need to have the knowledge that see what need to have the knowledge that what Cucumber, what default like from the index file, what default framework you've been trying to expose from outside or from external, right? That needed to have knowledge in index file so that Cypress can pick this plugin and from your Visual Studio Code wherever it is located, and you can start dealing with your Cucumber feature file. So what we're gonna do with that? Let's see whether it has been installed or not. It has been installed. We need to go to a package.json and see Cypress Cucumber related dependencies have been there or not. See, it has been over there, and the version has been showing like 4.0.3. Now we're gonna go, and the next step, very next step is it states the same thing which I have discussed. Cucumber, have your Cucumber plugins in your index file, right? Copy this particular step, go to Visual Studio Code and your index file, index.js, search for the index.js, Cypress plugin, index.js. This is the plugin, this is your index.js. So till now, we have not required any kind of dependency needed to be added, right? So you're gonna find your syntax over here. If you wanna copy and paste the whole thing, you can copy and paste the whole thing. Otherwise, we're gonna use this particular line, and we're gonna paste it over here inside this particular export. And what is the next thing? Next thing, you need to require this, right? Because this has been stored into your packet.json. So you can just go either at top of your page, or anywhere in the page is fine with this. You need to paste it this. So the second step with the Cucumber integration with our Cypress product, we have done, we have achieved. Next step you need to see. Next step is what? So if you guys are aware like Protractor, Cypress or PDI, what kind of like file they invoke. So if you install Cypress, they invoke the spec file. If you install Protractor, they invoke the spec file, right? They execute the spec file because it is having the association of extension called .js, right? But with Cucumber, if you remember, what is Cucumber? So I have not told you this if you have not been aware. So Cucumber is kind of framework, BDD, like it is called BDD, Behavioral Driven Development kind of framework. So which has been written in feature file, dot feature extension instead of .js, and it will be in scenario, and the scenario you can write. So similar way describe block, we've been writing our test scenarios, right? In scenario, so my spelling is wrong. Yeah, in scenario you're gonna write the scenario you're gonna cover. Suppose you wanna cover end-to-end account creation, right? So gonna write like this, and then you will be writing your kind of steps. So given, it will be written like this: given your login ID is something, right? So you're gonna write your plain English over here. Your login ID is sample, right? Then user enters the login ID and password. So something like that. If it goes in given, when, then. So the keywords which are used: given, when, then, and scenario outline, example. And there are multiple keywords like tags and hooks. There are a lot of things are included with Cucumber, and this is what we call, where we write this plain English related our scenario outline and the steps. That has been called our feature file, and that feature file is having the extension of dot feature. So when it is having the extension of dot feature, and our Cypress or protector package or Cypress package picks up the .js file, so it's not going to execute dot feature extension, right? It's not going to pick up that. So to avoid that, what you're going to do, you're going to go into, okay, your Cypress.json, okay, in your node. You go over here, and you'll search something with Cypress.json. This is it over here. And here, if you see this project ID and stuff we have created, right? We have created for what, like if you remember, dashboard monitoring. Similarly, you paste the test file that you're gonna ask this for as well. So Cypress.json, you are asking it to execute or to pick up the file for execution, which is having the extension of dot feature as well, right? So that is why we have mentioned it over here. Now we are done with our third step. Now the fourth step is what? Step definition. Again, so step definition, I need to tell you before explaining this step. So when you write this feature file with this certain keywords, and that generates a step definition file. So with a similar line, you're gonna, so given the login, given your URL is something, right? URL is this, and it has been launched by system, right? So behind this step, there should be a method that needed to be called. So where it's gonna get called? It's gonna get called in your step definition file. So this step will be generated in a step definition as well, where it's been calling a method which is going to launch that particular URL. So I will explain you in detail. This is just brief understanding of step definition, what it is, and to tell the Cypress or Cucumber integration, so where this step definition has been located and the flag has been true or false. Do you need to pick that up or not? You need to again go and paste this into your packet.json, right? So where's packet.json? It is over here, and we will paste it over here as a dependency. And yeah, right. So these are the 4 steps which you need to follow before starting the Cucumber Cypress integration and the Cucumber test, which we are gonna see in our further lecture. Because we have discussed and described it block like Mocha framework. We have discussed the Mocha awesome report. We have discussed how to call the reusable method. We have discussed how to create page object model. We have discussed if you need to pass multiple URL, multiple environment, you can pass it into your Cypress.json. You can pick it up from there as well. So now what we're gonna do, we are gonna be going with the Cypress Cucumber integration. So yeah, so follow this lecture to complete your installation process. And till that time, in next lecture, we're gonna look into our first Cypress Cucumber integration test. Till that time, thank you so much.